coming this way. Just let this demon go by. Right?
But this they are willingly ignorant of.
Willingly ignorant, why? Because the truth's out there. Alright? You got brothers all out the world, the truth's on the internet. Go ahead.
That by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished.
Yeah, and that was the conclusion back then. Wickedness was abounded for so long, and then the Lord destroyed it through water. Just like today, man. So-called white man was given a certain boundary that he cannot pass as far as rulership. He had his time to rule, just like all the other ancient kingdoms and nations had their time to rule. Now it's the end. Now it's a time for the Israelites to rule in an everlasting dominion under Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's the time period that we're getting ready to enter upon martial law, upon the thermonuclear missiles dropping to conclude the matter. Read that.
This is Daniel 4:17. This is the matter by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth them over the basis of men.
Yep, and the basis of men is the so-called white man. Alright? Alright.
Back in verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth which are now, by the same word, are kept in store.
And that the outer space and the waters, the earth being in the waters and the outer waters, is talking about the earth being in space, okay? Because in space you have what? You have water. Alright? And within the earth's atmosphere there is water. Right.
But the heavens and the earth which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment.
So that's why the earth is in store, man. The earth is in store for what? Fire. Not the circumference of the earth is not going to burn up. All right. Certain countries and lands are going to be burnt up, such as Babylon. Certain people are going to be burnt up. Like everybody here in America that's not the elect are going to be burnt up in different parts of the earth. The land of Israel. All right. Iran. Because it's going to be what? It's going to be an all-out war, man. Missiles coming from every country. Go ahead.
Reserved in the fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Perdition, destruction of ungodly men. So-called white man, 2/3, all those that are living in America, man. And as a matter of fact, all the different parts of the earth, man. Because different parts of the earth are going to get hit with missiles. Them rat bastards ain't gonna get away with all that polluting the earth. The Lord gotta cleanse that land, man. All them gay parades and so-called kosher pig. Go ahead.
But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
Yeah, so some men basically, like a lot of guys, well that guy, but mainly like these so-called 1992 Israelites, okay, who at one point were in the truth, then left the truth, all right, they're counting slackness. General Yohana, he was counting slackness, you know. They put aside prophesying, all right, they put aside trying to bring in the flock, they put aside teaching the truth, and now all of a sudden, they just start pop up out of nowhere, you know, and start claiming things and making basically wicked attempts, man, to prove themselves to be teachers. And they're doing a horrible job too. So they're counting slackness. What's this?
But his long suffering to us word, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Yep. Hold up. What's this? You want to explain this to me? Okay.
I'm the host of the show. So basically what I do is show us on history of the city. What I do is expose and from one things that people try and do from that I know a lot of people will probably listen to is how it's really understand. So
Right.
I was inviting you guys sometime next month to try to be guests.
All right.
That can do, tell us about your beliefs, how you got there, what is it that, they do this, and I was listening to this story, so what I'm looking for. All these prophets and children that want to be able to endure that much. So,
All right. Yeah, and that's your number right there.
yeah,
Okay.
my name is A-S-I-A.
Okay, Asia.
You can Google me, you'll see some of the things that
All right. All right.
All right,
Thank you. All right.
But Islam served to us word, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Yeah, that fervent heat is going to come via the thermonuclear missiles through the commandment of the Most High. All right? Simultaneously, as these missiles are dropping on the earth, what's going to happen? The Lord's going to come with his fire and destroy, and also what? Redeem. Redeem the elect. Those that were keeping their garments clean, those that were searching the scriptures, teaching the word. All right?
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
And that's the conclusion, man. So until that moment where the Lord allows America to be completely destroyed and we're actually delivered up out of here, what you're seeing us doing right now, to put it in a nutshell, is what the elect men of the nation of Israel is supposed to be doing, man. Collecting themselves together, putting off the old man, being renewed in the spirit. That's why in the very beginning it says stirring up their pure minds by way of remembrance. Because you need to come back to the knowledge of who you once were and who you still are, but lack understanding to. You lack understanding to. And that's like that guy up here. All right, he lacked understanding. So we just dismissed everything that what makes us different, you know? That's the attitude. Read.
Looking for and hasting, let me jump up. Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, when the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So somebody real quick, while this brother reads it again, look up that word hasting. All right? I want somebody to look up
Seeing
that word
then that
hasting.
all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be?
Yeah, so seeing that America is going to be a complete desert full of doleful creatures, you know, seeing that that's going to be the conclusion of this country, all right, this wicked place. Read.
What manner of persons ought you to be?
Yep. What manner of persons ought you to be? All right. How should you be conducting yourself? Should you be worrying about going to the club? All right. Should you be teaching men under you when you're supposed to be a so-called general that you can pop your woman in the asshole? Are you supposed to be teaching your men that the name of the Lord don't matter? All right. Are you supposed to be teaching that the mark of the beast ain't the chip? See, these are all examples of what false prophets, okay, amongst Israel do, man. All right? They're false prophets. Teaching lies and hypocrisies. We at GMS, we tell you and inform you that America, known as Babylon, in the scriptures is going to be destroyed, and only elect can receive salvation for a reason. All right, we're in hopes of receiving our salvation as well as saving or bringing in the souls of the elect.